Traders, it is May 21st. It's a Tuesday. The time is 10 till 7 a.m. Pacific time. So it's 6:50 a.m. Pacific time. Welcome to my video trading journal. What you're looking at here is the Jigsaw day trader platform. These are price ladders or order books, whatever you want to call them. No charts here, no indicators, no oscillators, none of that stuff. We just trade on order flow. So real quick, moving from left to right, there's 5 different products here. All the way here on the left is the Ultra Bond, symbol UB. Right here is the ZB, which is the 30-year bond. Right here in the middle is the 5-year, symbol ZF. Then we have the ZN over here, which is the 10-year T-Note. It's primarily what I trade. And then all the way over here on the right is the E-mini S&P. And in a healthy market, the E-mini works as an inverse correlator to these other products here, these fixed income products. So we keep it up because when this goes down, these should go up. It's a big clue. Okay, so if you want more information about this product, I don't really tell you how to trade it. I just show my trades and kind of go through what I'm thinking every day as the trades come up or as opportunities come up. So if you want more information on how to use this product, I suggest you go to their YouTube channel or the Jigsaw website. Lots of information there. So let's look really quick at the overnight action. So we just sort of went sideways initially. We used this level here is 0.75 as support throughout most of the overnight. Spiked up, then sold down, and this turned into like a mini trend. Came down to that same level, bought back up, violated the low, then went up to resistance, sold back down, resistance, sold back down, resistance, sold back down. And then right here, basically a couple hours ago is when the trend reversed and we got pushed back up. So I'm expecting this to kind of fall back in and for our opportunity to be at the overnight low. Obviously depends on what the equity markets are doing and any sort of announcements or tweets that come out. Speaking of announcements, we're looking at the Tuesday, May 21st. We have existing home sales coming out in about 7 minutes. That could be a mover, depends. Otherwise, we have the 52-week bill auction at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. And then we have a Fed speaker later on, but those typically don't really move markets all that much. Really quick, while I have this up, I just want to look at the volume that's going through these products, and I want to talk about a little bit about yesterday, which was just a complete one-way street, just completely sold off all the way down. And the one thing that was remarkable about yesterday was that the E-mini, which typically trades well below as far as volume, the 10-year was probably about 20 to 30% more than the 10-year yesterday. So there was just absolutely no volume in that product yesterday, and that kind of, I think, was what resulted in just the complete sell-off. It went up to the overnight high yesterday, very, very briefly during the first couple of minutes of equity open, and then just sold completely straight down all day long. I had the video up, or I tried to get it up, but I had some technical difficulties. The software kept crashing, so I just gave up on it actually pretty quickly. And I sat here and watched that sucker just sell off the whole time, all the way down, similar to what you're seeing here right now. But it just went up to the overnight high, very, very briefly, sold all the way down, maybe a couple back ticks, and then just sort of traded in a little 3 or 4 tick range for the rest of the day. Interesting. and I looked for expiration or OPEX or anything like that, and there was just nothing. I couldn't really figure out exactly what was going on other than a complete lack of interest. So what has happened basically this morning is we looked at the chart briefly, we spiked down, we came back down to this level here right around probably about an hour ago, and we had some brief absorption, and then buyers just bought it right back up. So we've been trading in this little, 8-tick range ever since. I'm not inclined to engage in this area, even though we're looking at a little bit of a shelf developing here at the point of control. I learned my lesson watching this yesterday come all the way down to the overnight low. I bought it, went up a couple ticks, and then fell right back down in, and just sort of, like I said, it just did that, and it was pretty much a scratch day. But then I came over to the 30-year and tried to engage mid-profile because I thought I saw some momentum or some nonsense, and I got off sides pretty quick. So yesterday was actually a red day, unfortunately. One of few. So again, areas of interest, overnight low and overnight high is basically all I'm looking at here. I'm not going to engage in the mid-profile here like I just got done explaining, because you just never know. It's literally a coin toss where this thing is going to go. So it looks fairly muted as far as price action and everything today, but you never know when you're going to get a tweet or something that comes over, any sort of news. So just stay nimble. Always keep a stop loss. And with that said, we're just going to kind of let this thing run and see what happens. See if we get down to any sort of a level. This seems to be the pattern. I'm kind of thinking of mixing up or changing up the format of these videos just to start it or try to get it started right before I jump into a trade, just because they're getting to be very, very long. Like yesterday would have been a 4-hour video, more than that. So even with the fast forwarding, it's just a lot to sit through, and it's unnecessary in my opinion. I'm debating. I know I've gotten some feedback from a few people on that sort of decision, but it's still something that's under consideration. So with that said, we will shut off the mic, let this thing run a little bit. At least we have a record of what the market did today, and we'll go from there. So those of you that have taken John Grady's No BS Day Trading, his advanced course, might notice some absorption here at 07, and you just got the back tick. So we're down here at the overnight low. One thing I just want to look at really quick is, I mentioned this in the intro, but let's look at the volume here. There's a delay on this too, but you got the E-mini basically trading the same amount of volume as the 10-year. And that, I think, is indicative of this just one-way street that we just saw after this absorption here. Sellers just came in and just marched this all the way down. and it's been unrelenting. They haven't stopped. No back ticks, nothing. Just push this all the way down. It's been it's pretty impressive, actually. A lot like yesterday. So I hesitate just because, yeah, I mean, the context tells you it's very slow. It's obviously a very slow kind of a very, very liquid market. So in that sort of environment, you'd almost like hang an order out because you'd expect some sort of pushback. But not today. Just complete lack of volume, this one-sided trade. And I'm looking for, if anybody knows when this contract expires or stops trading. I know it doesn't expire till June. It's a June contract, but I know that as far as trading days, it's I know it stops several weeks before actual expiration, at least with my broker. Tempted to fade this. Might have missed it already. Just don't know what this is worth. If I were to fade it up, we're going to get some pushback at the overnight low that would act as resistance. So it'll really only be good for 1 or 2 ticks maybe. All right, here we go. $15,000 printed here, so hopefully that's a bit of a wall that buyers are putting up. can see the price action definitely picked up quite a bit. Don't like this pause here. But I do like the weakness in the ES thus far. Keep an eye on that a little bit. Okay, first scale out in. Like I said, the overnight low is going to act as resistance, so we'll be really quick to take this, to cover this position if we have to. All right, well, it's worth 2 ticks. We'll see what happens, see if we get maybe a retest to this level. Look to push this back up, see if this big bid here is real. Okay, well, this video is getting a little long, so I'll go ahead and shut her down. I got other things to do today, so probably won't have any sort of trades in the afternoon. But if something comes up, I will. I'll try to get the video running again and post it. I'm so tempted to fade this back to, or not fade it, but sell this back down. Anyway, so just to recap real quick, we identified our levels: overnight high, the overnight low. We had some pretty obvious absorption here. Decided not to trade that. Instead, let it come down to the overnight low. It blew right through it, but we saw a lot of volume printing here, and that's usually indicative of a reversal. We're able to get filled, got a couple ticks out of it. Probably got filled or probably covered too quickly, but that's just how it goes. So good luck out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow.